Hey guys, welcome to Live at 5 with Steve Van Zandt. Now listen, we're really, number one, we're excited that we get to come back to church together again. But our goal is to keep y'all safe, us safe, everybody safe, and to comply. We're going to comply with the authorities. That's just who we are. I don't need to do scripture, nothing. We're just going to comply, and that's what we're going to do. But here's what I want you to know. So if you want to write it down or rewatch this or something, we're going to start in-house church. Let me try again. In-house church will begin this Sunday, May the 3rd at 10:30 a.m. In-house for Wednesdays won't begin till May the 20th, but we will be live streaming everything. So you'll still get live stream for Sunday mornings and Wednesday nights. We'll still be doing that. And so that'll still be available. And just a heads up, this Sunday's live stream might be a little shaky because we're in the process of getting everything ready and clean and sanitized. So just know that don't complain that you'll be able to see if you determine, which by the way, please understand that if you don't feel comfortable attending the church service, that's not going to hurt anybody's feelings. But we do miss church and we want to have church. But I also want you to know that until all the restrictions are lifted, there won't be any Sunday school, there won't be any Sunday night koinonia service, there won't be any meetings of any kind in the church facility until all these restrictions are lifted. So now what I want to do is go over with what was given by the government, by the governor, and I'm going to pretty much tell you exactly what is our responsibility in the state of Texas for this. And number one, churches and places of worship have no attendance limitations, so we're not like the businesses. We're not 25% occupancy, but there are limitations. So the places of worship have no attendance limitations. So as long as specific social distancing and sanitation guidelines are followed, specific guidelines include this. And here's the specific guidelines from the state of Texas. They strongly encourage that the at-risk population to watch or participate in the services remotely. They say at-risk population are those who are 65 or older, especially those with chronic lung disease, moderate to severe asthma, chronic heart disease, severe obesity, diabetics, chronic kidney disease, undergoing dialysis, liver disease, or weakened immune systems. Those are people that are serious cases there. But we will have an area designated, and let me again just go right back to what the state is saying. It says to designate an area inside the facility reserved for the at-risk population or offer a service for at-risk population attendees only. And then it also says alternate rows between attendees, every other row left empty. And then again, I'll complete what they say concerning churches. To ensure proper space distancing between attendants, keep at least 2 empty seats or 6 feet of separation between parties in a row, except for the following. 2 or more members of the same household can sit adjacent to one another with 2 seats or 6 feet separated, empty on either side. In other words, if you come as a family, you can sit together. The bottom line of what this is saying is if you come as a family, you can sit together. If you're coming as an individual or you're not a family person, then you have to sit 6 feet apart. So and that's basically what it ends up saying. 2 individuals who are not members of the same household but who are attending together can sit adjacent to one another with 2 seats between them or 6 feet apart, like that. That's what it says, and that's what we're going to comply with. The good thing is the way that our sanctuary is set up, we'll be able to accomplish this in a pretty simple way. So here's what I wrote. What to expect on Sunday. I'm going to read it just like I wrote it. We are a handshaking and hugger church. This will be the hardest part. There will be no handshakes, there will be no hugging, and you need to respect that. And hear what I'm saying, you need to respect that. Well, what do you mean? And this isn't about faith, fear, this is about complying with what we're told to do. So, what I want you to understand is you can do handshakes and you can do hugs, but they have to be 6 feet apart, all right? So here, I'll demonstrate. I'm going to demonstrate. These guys are laughing at me, but I'm going to demonstrate. I have a guy right now that's 6 feet away from me. Here's how I'm going to shake his hand. Hey man, it is so good to see you. And then over here's my wife. And though, well, we're family, so I guess we could hug. So we'll just say over here is Aaron, our youth pastor. So I'm going to give Aaron a hug. So I say, Aaron, and we're hugging. That's how we're going to do this starting on Sunday. So I just wanted you to know that. And here's what else is going to be happening. So you'll see that we are serious, but we understand this is church. But we're serious. Here's what's so I'm going to give you all what we're doing, and it is in compliance, and it's really cool, actually. But it's not what church is. I get that, because we're going to have church, and that's what's important. So here's what you need to know: if you are more comfortable wearing a mask or gloves, if you want gloves, then you need to do that. Also, there will be hand sanitizer available if you want to use that. There will be greeters at the door that will help you when you walk in. Just so you know, we're going to have it where it's very obvious where you can sit. We're going to have it every other row. What we're going to do is block off every other row, so we're going to see where you can sit. We're going to have that all in place. Also know that your temperature will be taken at the entrance, and if you're 100 degrees or more, you can't come in. 100 degrees or more, that's pretty hot anyway. So just be aware of that. As you come in the door, we're going to give out our communion. I have communion. I'm a communion guy. Well, here's my personal communion. This is white instead of a red grape juice. But anyway, we're going to have these as you walk in. There'll be individual given to you as you come in the door. Let me see what else I need to say here. We're not going to pass the offering plate as normal, but we will have a place as you leave or as you come in to give your offering. And just on a side note, please continue to give whether you decide to come to church or not. You've been so faithful, and we are so grateful, but we just need to stay there because we're still serving our community, and the need is still great. So just on a side note, thank you for that. And then I want to talk about the children's area. We will have special precautions in there. Every single area has been sanitized, not only in the children's area, but also in the church area. I want you to know that. Please hear this. Only children with parents that are staying for service will be allowed to stay. In other words, there's not going to be any dropping off of children and leaving because we have folks that do that, but we just want to make it clear that's not going to happen until all the restrictions have been lifted, and then you can start doing that again. We will practice social distancing to register the children. For those of you who might not be familiar with how we do things around here, we register our kids, so there will be the 6-foot distancing as we do the registering of kids, and also we will show where they can exit into the sanctuary and where they can come into the sanctuary, again, all with the social distancing happening. Nursery workers will wear gloves when they're changing the diapers, and just so you know, they wear gloves now when they're changing the diapers. But what I want you to understand, other than changing the diapers, they won't be in masks, they won't be in gloves, because we're not going to scare the children. And a lot of babies, that would scare the children. So we wanted you to understand that. We don't want that to happen. And then at the conclusion of service, here's how you will be able to get your children. As most of you know, we have the digital number system that's in our sanctuary. So what you will do is you'll stay in the sanctuary, and when the digital number comes up for your child, then you'll go and get them. And then once you've left, you see what I'm saying? That's how we're going to do the social distancing. So pretty simple thing to do. Just wait for your child's number to come up, and then you can go and get your child, and that's how we'll exit. And then also, last thing, there's a quiet room that's off the side, and if you have an infant and you prefer just to be in the quiet room, you can keep your infant in there, and you can still enjoy the service. So that, in a nutshell, is how we have prepared to make sure everybody is safe and everything. But here's the bottom line for me is we're so excited to have our church family coming back. And again, I want to emphasize, if you're not comfortable with that, we have no problem with you. Here's me. There's so much opinion out there of, right, wrong. That's not where we are. As most of you know, we love folks. We love you with the mask on, mask off. I have my mask right here. This mask right here is the one I'm just kidding. Sorry. if you're not comfortable, that's fine. If you have physical issues, that's fine. But please know, everything that the government has asked for, we're going to have. If for those who do have physical issues, we will have an area for you. And again, we will have people involved to where it'll be a simple process for you to be able to sit where you want to sit. But we're excited about it, and hopefully, as we maintain these safe standards, and hopefully other churches and all the businesses will continue to maintain these safe standards, we will get back to normal again, if there's such a thing as normal. Here's one of the good things that I think has happened out of all this. I think a lot of us recognize the value of church. I told somebody the other day, several years back, our microwave broke at our home, and so I told my wife, I said, well, I'll just go buy one tomorrow. Well, I was in my car 3 hours later to go buy the microwave, simply because you don't realize how valuable a microwave is until you don't have one to use. And I think a lot of people see that. And there's always been that adage of you don't have to go to church to be a Christian. And that is true. We get that. But a lot of us understand the value of gathering together, the koinonia, the fellowship, the love. And you can't get that through this camera as much as you watch us. I get that. So I'm excited that we're getting back to quasi-normal. I'm excited that, again, we're still only going to high five and hug and shake hands from a distance. But, hopefully in a few more days, weeks, whatever, we'll be able to be normal again and go back to the huggers that we are. Looking so forward to seeing you Sunday. If you have any questions, by all means, call the church office. We love you. And God bless Christian Center of Fort Worth. Hoot!